name was Dolly the sheep. Scientists at the Roslin Institute near Edinburgh, Scotland, had created the first successful clone of an adult mammal.
The Roslin Institute is a national institute of bioscience. Its major focus is on cloning and advancing technology. It also specializes in veterinarian research. Dolly the sheep is a scientific marvel. She is the first mammal to be cloned from another adult sheep's cell. Ian Willman, along with other scientists, aided in the process of creating Dolly. Willman is known as an international figure for cloning after he successfully cloned the sheep. He was not expecting Dolly to survive because it took him and his team 277 tries before being able to successfully create Dolly. The cloning process required 3 sheep. One sheep donated the udder cell, the second sheep donated an unfertilized egg, and the third sheep would be the surrogate mother. They used the udder cell from the first sheep and kept the nucleus, which would contain all the features of the previous sheep, such as hair and eye color. Then they took the cell from the second sheep. They removed its nucleus. They infused the first cell into the second. The second cell now contains all the genetic material from the first sheep and contains nothing from the second. The egg and its new nucleus change, forming a new embryo that is identical to the first sheep. Then they implant it into the third sheep and allow it to grow and mature. Dolly the sheep was born on July 5, 1996 in Edinburgh, Scotland. She was 6.6 kilograms and was carried full term for 148 days. While a sheep ages, the end of their telomeres slowly start to shorten. Since the adult's telomeres were already shortened, it was unsure if Dolly would live a full life. Dolly's telomeres were shorter than some of the other sheep her age, but they were longer than the adults.
Dolly is without question a normal, healthy, genetic marvel. She's an identical copy of an older sheep.
People expected that maybe at some time it would happen, but maybe we've been a little bit quicker than they expected.
Dolly lived a normal life. She had no sign of medical complications or anything that would worry the scientists about future health risks. She lived with another cloned sheep. They became friends and became inseparable throughout the years. Later, Dolly had normal, healthy offspring. Her first pregnancy was with a baby named Bonnie. Bonnie was a healthy lamb. This extremely encouraged scientists who didn't believe Dolly would even live to reproduce. Dolly's first complications started with signs of arthritis. They gave her medication for the pain, but there is no way to stop the progressing of this problem. Soon after, they found an incurable lung disease spreading amongst the sheep. Dolly's good friend was the first to die. Dolly later came down with this disease. They found tumors in her lungs while doing a CT scan. The scientists decided to put her down to save her from the horrible pain ahead. Dolly died on February 14, 2003 at the age of 6.5 years old. She had stunned the scientists with how long she survived. Later, Dolly was preserved so she could be admired by thousands of people. She is now in the National Museum in Scotland, where others can see what an accomplishment she has been and the effect she will have on their futures. The cloning of Dolly continues to be one of the biggest breakthroughs in science. By successfully cloning a mammal, scientists have gotten a better understanding of how cells function. They learn more about the steps to take in order to reproduce as well as the cell cycle. This has caused for scientists to get closer to cloning larger things like humans. The cloning of humans is the ultimate goal for the future, for it can change the way people view the world. Cloning can cause for humans to live longer by having identical copies of important organs or body parts. People today die due to not finding matches of these organs from donors. The clones could be used to conduct tests in order to create cures for diseases that cause the deaths of people around the world due to insufficient information. Cancer remains an ongoing problem in our world. Being able to conduct tests on real humans allows for scientists to have better control and insight of the disease, which will help hopefully cause a cure to be found.